Hey, this is Couples Therapy Bites. We're at the house. We got here yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the day before. And we've walked through. We've seen it. It's changed every time we've walked through. The disaster crew was here.
Yeah.
Right away. They came that night. So our neighbors, the people who saw it first, said it changed even just like within 2 hours because they sucked a lot of the water out.
Yep.
But we've had a lot of questions about scope of damage, and the people working keep using the word severe. But it's hard to describe, so we thought we'd take you for a walk through.
Yep. So about to head in.
Welcome to our house. Okay, so here we are.
Here we are. Hi. It's
in what used to be our foyer. So
kind of
there's the front
us.
door. There's no moldings.
Yeah.
There's the hallway. There's the dining room. All the drying equipment.
This is like one
the
of those.
Quarantine.
The quarantine zone. Like if you go back here, everybody has Ebola, the Black Plague.
No, that's where it's safe. Everybody. That feels
Good.
like our life.
It's good. That's
Okay, so
life.
we'll keep walking. Here's down the hallway. So, oops. They're coming with a wall. So here's the hall. Here's the bedroom. This is
ground zero.
ground zero. So this is our bedroom.
This is our bedroom. Oh, check it out. Look, you can also see upstairs into the.
There's the
there.
guest bedroom up there. The
This
pipe
is
that
the
burst.
zone right here. Yeah, this is. Pipe burst somewhere along here, we imagine. This is our door.
Because the bathroom for upstairs is right here.
Yeah.
This is, who knows
So basically, this is all getting gutted, ripped out. It was a perfectly fine house.
It was. This is our stuff, and this is the house is just the house, right? I mean, we knew that coming in.
Yeah.
It will all get rebuilt, but like right here is our bed, and right behind it is a dresser that was from my mom's house, and
she's had since the beginning of time.
And it has her stuff in it. It has, I mean, all the things you have in your dresser we have in ours, and it's just sad. It's wet and it's sealed shut, so it has to be axed to get open, and
it's ruined. That's what is so hard.
It's
so
under
much is
sheets
ruined.
of plastic.
Yeah.
Let's move along. So there we go, back down the hallway. If you're hearing all sorts of noise, it's because there's generally about 15 people in here. Here's our bathroom.
That's going to be ripped to shreds.
Also gutted. You can see the water coming through. Hasn't cracked and fallen just yet. But this week, the entire first floor, minus the quarantined rooms, are being gutted.
Yeah.
Floors, ceilings, walls. So we have 2 bedrooms on this floor, this bathroom, and our kitchen. That hallway we just walked down, that will all be completely gutted.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Sure. So now this is just our hallway, and then this is the boys' room. Notice just kind of, I'll give you a picture of the ceiling too, like just all the damage to the ceiling. So
it's everywhere.
yeah.
Here's a hole in their wall. They're just checking for moisture, so like, oh, the wall feels wet, they pick a hole and they're like, oh yeah, it's just soaking wet in
Everything
here.
marked with the blue tape means that it's wet.
A wet wall.
We're gonna have to rip it out. So basically all the walls in this
Walls, floors, and ceilings.
this room are done.
Which again, it's just a room, but it's our boys' room. And when we were here yesterday, Ezra was like, look, our nail got left. This is where our brother sign used to hang. So we're really excited about nails that are remaining.
So I think next we'll probably try to move down to the basement or go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs. Or, yeah.
Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
We'll see you upstairs.
Change of plans. We headed upstairs, but there's a lot of people up there right now. So we're going to give them a minute. They've got things. You'll see what they've got.
Yeah. but we're gonna go downstairs now. So give you a little bit
You're
of.
showing this thing that's powering our house.
Yeah. So this right here
The electrical was.
is the electrical unit that is powering all the dryers.
Our light bulbs were dripping with water in lots of places, so they had to set up. Here you can see, here's the ceiling, and here's how it's falling out.
Oh yeah, so that's.
Let's go down there. That's gonna be
down.
great.
Hopefully I won't fall
Here, let me
as I do this.
I'll watch you go. So this was all carpeted. It's hard to imagine that it ever looks like anything but this, but just last week it did. It was nice and cute and bright even. You know?
Yeah, it's a great little family space, and now this is it. It's been gutted and ripped out. The ceiling's been ripped out. All this wall stuff is going to get ripped out.
Here is our ping pong table.
Yeah.
My green hanging thing is this thing called a huggle pod. And a huggle pod is significant to us because my mom surprised Ezra with that for his 3rd birthday.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing he asked about when it was all wet.
Yeah.
Do you know if my huggle pod made it? And it's still hanging, but it is not going to make it.
Yeah.
So here's the basement. It's just, I mean, honestly, they've been doing a great job cleaning it up. But again, there's a big plastic tarp of what used to be our life.
So now we're kind of in our storage room in the basement. This whole thing got, everything in here got sopping wet. So
like, here's an example. This is boys' clothes.
So if you can see, there's just like, that's water.
Yeah, it goes to about here. Here's a bin. This is boys' clothes. It looks about 2 years age because that's a coat that Ezra wore when I think he was 2, full of water. Here's a box. I want to show just a wet.
Yeah.
It's just wet. I guess you get the point. It's just.
Things are ruined for the most part. Oh, sorry. And we've been doing what?
I don't know. I think we've been doing okay. We've had ups and downs. Feeling frustrated, feeling like self-pity, feeling angry with each other.
Angry that God would let something like this happen.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't make much sense. Seems pretty
trying to
unfair.
find some meaning. It does feel unfair. We just feel like we don't feel like we have a lot of reserve. We don't feel like we had any reserve. We feel like we were pretty much living out of a deficit anyway, and I just think this feels really overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's
too much, for sure.
So.
Yeah, here's one more. Just kind of.
A vase. It's actually a pitcher.
Yeah. That's not whiskey. That's just nasty, dirty water. So, upstairs, I think we'll try. So we're upstairs.
Guest bedroom. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. So like here, I'm really like emotionally okay looking at all the gutted walls.
Yeah.
It feels okay. But then this is what happens. So in here, in this little pile of rubble, this is a leg band from a ninja costume that the boys bought for themselves for Steven's 40th. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm like whiting out here. They bought for themselves for Steven's 40th birthday so they could surprise him that morning with ninja suits.
Yeah.
And that is now just swept up in a corner of rubble. And that's the stuff that just
It's gone. Yeah.
here. This used to be a wall, and now
This.
and here we go.
Yeah. So that's it.
Over to the playroom.
This is
Kind of the room
The
upstairs that
playroom.
survived of what the other stuff used to look like, except now everything that was up here is in here.
Yeah. So we're not sure if this room will make it overall, but it might. We'll see. But there's just not a lot left of what used to be.
And what is piled up.
Yeah.
And wet.
Yeah. Just don't know what's going to happen. The uncertainty and kind of the daunting nature of all of this is
daunting.
It's daunting.
We keep sort of thinking about other times we've been in situations, though nothing, this is just so different, but people have said little things that have helped. We had a friend in Seattle once that told us after we miscarried that he was like, it doesn't feel like it right now, but this is going to be okay. Y'all are going to be brokenhearted, but you will be okay.
Yeah.
And that seems kind of a silly thing, but somehow it was super profound to us at the time, and it scared us. And Stephen said that this morning, and it's like we don't really know what's happening.
Or how we'll be okay.
Yeah, because the walls will get rebuilt. Like, we totally get our house is going to be fine, but we are going to be living again in an uncertain situation and more transition, living in flux they told us to plan on at least 12 months or 10 to 12. They said we could hope for 10, but to plan for 12.
Yeah.
And we just feel like we're tired of living in transition and in flux and under all sorts of stress, and we just feel like we've
had enough.
We're done. We feel spent, and right now we aren't mad at each other, turning on each other, making it seem like the reason this is happening is because it's Stephen's fault or mine, but it feels like that sometimes.
Yeah, and it's hard for that not to happen. So
who knows?
Some more demo going on. So we'll shut it down right here.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you sometime.